should be a great one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. To throw is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Mason.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Giants will strike first here, this wild card matchup. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Blowing Smith as he gets the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. To throw, it's Lance. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here taken in by Knox. Touchdown, Philadelphia! I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field, but to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
14, got it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On first down, Lance finding Knox there, complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Complete. Smith has it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Now Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defense...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Lance to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
It's a second down run with Sanders. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a play fake. Lance. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Lance now to throw. Flush to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Play action, now it's Lance. They'll roll him out right. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. Sanders able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And Sanders has got it complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sanders. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Sanders again. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. This is third and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was a huge play on third down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Likely the play of the game here. Trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Touchdown, Eagles. Ronald Jones from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. Well, now how about this return? And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They go play action with Wilson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second down. Here's a give to Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, first and 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Oh, some strong running. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. On second down, it's Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now in this.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes. And that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lance. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, ending a great return that gets him all the way to the 30.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Wilson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now Wilson. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bird. And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it.